didn't get your name.
My name's Peckerhead.
That is not your name.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Market zero!
This is Video Store Clerks. Welcome to the store.
Hello, lovely, beautiful folks of the YouTube. It is Tuesday, 10 p.m. We are your Video Store Clerks. I am Chadmang.
I'm Peckerhead Mike.
Yes, you are.
Peckerhead.
And I'm Chuck Nasty.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we are your Video Store Clerks. Dave has morphed into Nicolas Cage, but he cannot talk. He just sits there and smiles. But hopefully he returns to his regular form on our next show.
And what a lovely smile it is.
It is. Fucking amazing. Now, tonight we're going to be talking about the 2020 film Uncle Peckerhead. Before that, we will be doing the news. After that, we'll be doing our usual clip of the week, run some ads, and get the flock out of here. But this week, we have a returning special guest. What? Our man, our buddy, Mr. Robert Essig.
What up?
Hey, good to be back. We need the applause button. We need the applause button.
Number 3.
Right. There we go.
There you
See? Hey.
This lovely collab with our own Chuck Nasty.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Look at that.
Good stuff. We'll throw you up top here and pull Mike down here since you are our guest.
What?
Since we met you through the Mr. Chuckles. I don't know if it'll let. There we go. There we go.
Oh, switcheroo.
The old switcheroo. It's been a while since we had a guest and 4 squares in the chat. Mama Nasty.
Hey, Mom.
What's up?
Our number 1 fan.
Yep.
Lovely.
I heard my stepdad Andy, definitely.
Lovely. But so what have you been going on, Rob? Like, we haven't seen you in a while. Figured give you a little chat here and see what you've been up to.
Oh, well, you know, I'm always writing books and publishing books like the one you just showed that me and old Chuck here did. Been working on that, working on other shit. My latest book, At the Hour of Violence, been writing and publishing that. And outside of that, just doing the regular daily things that we all do to try and get through this life.
It's lovely. Lovely life.
Indeed.
All right, gentlemen, let's see what kind of news we have this week and get this here show on the road for the fellas and ladies watching at home.
Wow, sounds lovely.
Yeah. Let's see what we got this week.
Let's remember that, of course, he played under Roberto Martinez at Wigan, and at the
what was that?
Right.
Was that a purple cactus? What was that?
I do believe it was a purple cactus.
Oh, strange.
That one was cut short, but I see why. Way to go.
Jesus.
But as we usually do, we start out with the domestic box office top 10. And this week, we go to number 10. Undertone did $1 million this week, doing $19.5 million the last 4 weeks. With number 9 being Ready or Not 2, Here I Come did $1.8 million this week, doing $20.2 million the last 3. And then number 8, Dave's favorite, Durandar 2, The Revenge, did $1.8 million this week, doing $26.1 million the last 3. Number 7. See, it's not the same doing this little countdown without him being here,
Right.
especially with that.
Yep. It's true. It's true.
Bastard. Number 7. They Will Kill You. Did $2 million this week, doing 8.8 last 2 weeks. And number 6, The Great Awakening, first week out, did $2 million. I did not look that up or watch the trailer, so I have no idea what that's about. Anyone? Bueller?
I have no idea what
Bueller?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to watch it, but then I started watching other shit, and there we go. Next thing I know, it was time to do this lovely show.
Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire.
Yeah. Number 5, The Reminders of Him did 2.2 mil this week, doing 45.4 the last 4 weeks. And number 4 is Hoppers, did 5.8 mil this week, doing 150 mil the last 5 weeks. Number 3, first week out, The Drama did 14.3 mil opening week. No idea about that either. It's just the name of it doesn't like my interest because I'm not a drama guy.
Save the drama for your mama.
Indeed. Number 2, Project Hail Mary did 31.7 mil, doing 218 the last 3 weeks. And there's only one left.
The number 1.
The Mario Galaxy.
It's a me.
$191 million. Kids love this shit.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard of one of those movies.
I mean, aside from Mario.
Did anyone else see that TikTok that says "It's a Me" is the name of the company or some kind of company or some shit?
Yeah, it's Isumi, Japanese.
Isumi, yeah, it's a me, and we I don't know. To me, it sounds like it's a me. Hey, it's a me. It's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paisan.
Weird.
That's how we've always taken
I'm
it.
just
But
curious.
crazy.
Yeah, Robert. Everyone
I
fucking
found it
said
very
that.
interesting though. Whenever I saw that.
It's a me. Come on, yo.
But strangely enough, this is where we usually do the deaths before the birthdays. But this week, the Reaper was off.
Chuck Norris took a break.
Thankfully, yes. He decided to go on holiday for a change. Quit fucking shit up.
Well, he just took over the job, so
Oh yeah,
he's got to get acclimated.
getting settled in. There were some fucked up things that happened, like
What?
Tori Spelling and her family were in a car accident.
Oh shit.
Oh.
But luckily they're okay. And then some lady gave birth at a hockey game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. So that's fun.
I did
Like-
see. If you want to, if we're still on the bad news, I saw that Terry Cruz's wife got diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Oh, that
that
sucks.
sucks.
Yeah, because he's the shit, and I know they dealt with her having cancer there for a while. She beat it. Now she's dealing with Parkinson's, man. So yeah, that sucks, and my thoughts go out to them.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
fan.
that's a rough one.
Yeah, Terry Crews is awesome, dude. He's such a good guy, and if you see any of his interviews, he's very down to earth and very upbeat kind of guy. And it just sucks that that's happening for them.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. Well, all right. Cancer sucks. And then we got some birthdays today, though.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we got Jennifer Schwalball Smith, Kevin Smith's wife, turned 55.
55. I just saw the post on Facebook Kevin put up. What up,
What?
Nick?
Mick, Casey, Paul,
The crew.
friends over at the Scene Snobs.
Yeah. Hey guys, all of you.
Check out the Scene Snobs on YouTube.
It was a fun show last night. We got on a little screen tangent and shit went sideways.
Oh shit! What were you guys talking about?
What was it? The top 5 or top 3? Top 3 people you wanted to see die in a movie, and
Oh wait, I was like, this
And
is
wanted
getting
to
fucking
live.
dark.
yeah,
Oh shit.
Top 5 actors you want to see die. All right, I know Chuck's number 1.
only in films.
Who's my number 1?
Jared Leto.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't care. Yeah. I'd put him out with gasoline if he was on fire.
I was gonna say either him or Pauly Shore.
No, I don't
He
have.
loves-
I don't have a hatred for Pauly Shore like I do Jared Leto.
He loves the weasel.
Pauly Shore is just a moron, and Jared Leto doesn't seem to figure. He doesn't seem to realize he is a moron.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, well, I still don't. That's not winning anything over. One day, I'm gonna tell you.
Wasting the ooze.
And then we got other birthdays today.
Hey,
Mr. Jackie Chan turned 72. I was going to go out of order, but since Mick popped in here, it reminded me of another conversation last night, so I'll save this birthday for a minute. And then Francis Ford Coppola turned 87.
Getting up there.
And then last night we were talking about Highlander.
Well,
They were talking about Highlander. I was in the chat, and then it kind of like I asked him about the new Highlander. So Mr. Russell Crowe turned 62 today. So that'll be fun. Can't wait for the new Highlander. I love the old Highlanders.
Yeah.
I actually watched Highlander after the Scene Snobs was off last night because it got me in the mood to check out some Highlander. Then I almost bought the Highlander stored.
Then there's another one. Good old
Sturdy.
We got another one.
Oh yeah.
Check it out on YouTube.
The gang's all here.
Horror with Sir Sturdy.
Our pod family. Go check out the Horror with Sir Sturdy on Thursdays.
We're the pod people.
The pod people. Other news we have this week. So the Late Show with Stephen Colbert ends on May 21st, and they replaced their time slot is going to be Comics Unleashed, hosted by Byron Allen.
What's that shit I saw about Stephen Colbert doing like Lord of the Rings or something?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of shit you saw.
I'll
pull it up.
Stephen Colbert.
He's got funny looking ears, but
he's just a fucking weirdo, man.
All right, so Stephen Colbert is co-writing the new Lord of the Rings film, Lord of the Rings: Shadow of the Past. So I knew I saw something about that, but he's like a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
Keep him away from kids. That's all I'm saying.
Stephen Colbert.
Yep.
He does stuff. He does stuff to kids.
After that fucking video, I saw him like all painted up and like that poor kid was like terrified. Like, nah, dude. I've told you this before. It's weird. No point looking into it.
Weird.
Yeah, maybe just a weird video.
Weird.
Nah, this kid was like terrified, like painted up like that one video about where the guy looks like he's got puzzle pieces and he's like, you didn't have to count me out, you didn't have to change my whatever the fuck. And like Colbert's screaming this in this kid's face, and this kid's like crying. And like it wasn't a video that was played on anything. It was like it's terrifying. Ick. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, but I think he's a fucking moron anyway, though. Yeah.
All right.
He's one of them. He's not human.
During an interview during the new Mario film, Charlie Day was saying that he would love to see Danny DeVito play Wario in the upcoming Mario film.
I did see that as well. I mean, he looks like him.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Good too. And then let's see. Thunderbolts writer Joanna Callow and Lee Sung Jin joined the X-Men creative team for the new X-Men reboot.
Wait a minute. You said Joanna Callow?
Yeah.
It's Joanna Gallo with the G.
He's dead.
My cousin.
Then we also have some Spaceballs 2 news.
Oh yeah, I forgot what that.
Finally got a release date. April 23rd, 2027.
There you go.
Man, I am nervous about that one.
And then there's a rumor from the insider Jeff Snyder saying it's going to be called Spaceballs the new one.
No.
They need to go for search of more money.
You already said it. You queued it up. Just go with that.
Yep.
You don't have to make the title.
Yeah. It'd be dumb. And it's going to be almost released, 40 years to the day.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll like it because I don't whatsoever follow anything Star Wars at all after episode 4, 5, and 6, the first 3 Star Wars movies.
Sure.
I don't know anything. So my assumption is it's going to be more of a parody on the nowadays Star Wars stuff. And I love Spaceballs because I get it, but I don't, if it's a parody of the nowadays Star Wars stuff, I won't get it whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true. I won't either. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Even with the original, I mean, you don't have to be. It's not like Insider Baseball where you're like, you have to know all the films to really get the jokes or anything like that.
That's a good point. Yeah. To get that's actually a great point. Yeah.
Mel Brooks has always been pretty straightforward. It's a universal comedy.
Yeah.
That's actually a very good point. I do love Mel Brooks, his movies, and it's not like you can't get Young Frankenstein without seeing Frankenstein.
And I'm hoping they kind of push the envelope, because there's so many people out there that are walking on eggshells and are afraid to really do real good comedy, like we grew up with. Yeah. So I hope they kind of push the envelope a little bit and switch it up and do something else, because it's one of those ones. Spaceballs, you're doing it for a specific audience. It's not like this is going to be some big blockbuster or anything like that. You're catering to the fans, so don't sugarcoat it. Make it good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to good things with this film. Hopefully they don't fuck it up.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing though, is like the new scary movies already pissing people off, so I'm sure the new Spaceballs will piss people off. So,
And how old is Mel Brooks?
99, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought, and he's still. Crazy. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think him and Eastwood are still the oldest two.
Unbelievable.
Still making films and shit. They're almost 1 million years old.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nuts.
Keep it going, guys.
Yeah, like that Mel Brooks thing on Netflix was pretty dope too. Was that on Netflix or was that one on Prime?
I think it was Netflix.
Oh, was it a documentary or something?
Yeah,
that was pretty dope. Yeah, I think the Chevy Chase one was on Prime.
Yeah,
I heard
Mel
that
Brooks
sucked.
The 99-year-old man, 2-part documentary.
He didn't make himself not seem like an asshole.
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
okay.
Cool.
It's on one of them fucking platforms that we pay for that never has anything good to watch most of the time.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, that is the news.
Okay.
Yeah. So luckily, there wasn't anything really dumb that happened.
Damn.
I can live with that for the week.
Damn.
The dumbest thing that did happen is,
I mean, there's some dumb shit going on, but
there's always dumb shit going on.
Yeah,
that's why I don't follow politics.
Shout out Iran.
He ran so far away.
That's what's going on.
Singing a song.
I ran so far away.
We got a ceasefire, so always well.
For now. So let's send out the Terminators.
Now, gentlemen,
what?
Chuck's weekly pick for this week.
Oh shit,
Mr. Uncle Peckerhead.
Uncle Peckerhead
Came out January 25th, 2020 at the Panic Fest.
COVID movie.
Yep. Got writer-director Matthew John Lawrence, who was also used to work for Troma, and he's been his personal assistant for 1.5 years. So this movie makes even more sense.
It definitely does.
I can only imagine what Uncle Lloyd had put him through.
Well, I mean, that's why he kind of did. Like he said, like Troma's never really ran off of him. He still got the Troma blood. That's why he threw that little scene in the film with Troma 2 or Toxie 2.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Okay.
Because I was like, how the fuck did he get that in there? Now it all makes sense.
I kind of thought the same thing. That's funny. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And then got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes with 19 views or reviews, and then a 65% on the popcorn meter. And then Bloody Disgusting gave it 4 out of 5 skulls.
Saw that. Pretty good.
Yeah. So it didn't do bad. I know they've been talking for the last few years about doing a sequel. So
I wish they would
funding and get it done. But yeah, I know Chuck mentioned that he wanted to do this last week after our 200th episode, and then I had seen parts of this film while I was like, it was kind of in the background while I was either working on our original intro or I was working on backgrounds for the show. I don't remember, but I know I had it on at one point. Didn't really pay attention to it. But like I caught like bits and pieces and thought it was interesting. I always wanted to go back and rewatch it, but I never did. And then just from what I did see, whenever Chuck said that he wanted to do this, I was like, I don't think this is going to be a movie that Mike is really going to enjoy. But well, I mean, I know you're not really into like kind of goofy stuff. This isn't really like a horror comedy. It's more of a comedy.
Talking about I'm not into goofy stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like goofy.
Not some shit like this. But then, so I was kind of curious, but
they got places for that.
Hey now,
Hey now.
Hey now.
I'm not hanging out with what's his face from Police Academy. But then Chuck was saying, I think, what could you tell us that you and who watched this movie one night? Whenever you found it? You said you found this movie on accident or something, watching it with somebody or whatever.
I don't remember who I was watching it with, but I think it just like came on like after another movie, and I would like bullshit with somebody or whatever, and then I ended up watching bits and pieces of it, and ended up actually watching the whole thing and actually really like digging it. It was one of those accident ones. But I was trying to think. I was trying to think that a minute ago. I was like, what? When did I actually first see this movie? But I knew it was an accident. I was like, oh, okay.
Weren't you an accident, Chad?
No, I was actually playing my sister.
Oh, thank Christ.
Lucky. She asked for me. She got me. Then she was like putting back. And I was like, you're stuck with me, kid. When did you first watch this, Rob?
This movie, I first watched it last night.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Fresh.
Yeah, see?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first frame of the movie is a skeleton, bloody skeleton, which I was just like, okay, this is a great way to start a movie. You know?
Indeed.
Agreed, yeah.
Dude picks up the slimy jaw and, like kind of gnaws on it, and I thought that jaw's a little bit too slimy, but I was like, all right. And then we go, so we go to our main character, Judy, I believe her name was, leaving her job. And I immediately was like, I fucking hate this. I just didn't like the people she was like, that whole little weird scene. Fuck, I don't like these people. I don't have to wait there. I actually was like, she's a shitty actor. Everything about it I despised. Now, as soon as she left her work and started pursuing the career on the road, my tune changed. I really liked the movie, but at first I fucking hated that first little scene. I fucking hated it. I thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Part of it is the comedy just didn't. I know what you know what I mean. Like I knew what they were trying to do. It just didn't hit me. And for a second there, I thought she was a bad actress. And then after that, that was completely dispelled. I was convinced, she's like the mom of the band, annoying and all that shit. It was convincing. But I ended up really enjoying the movie. As a horror comedy, right? Because the comedic element, it's a horror comedy. And horror comedy is a hard thing to do. They say, from what I understand, two of the hardest genres to effectively write, or, which writing is everything, writing the script, whatever, is horror or comedy. So you do a movie that's horror comedy, it's a little bit difficult, Yeah. They're not always going to land. This one landed. I was really impressed because at first I was really, at that opening sequence, I didn't really like it and I was skeptical, but I ended up really enjoying it.
It was definitely a weird transition going from seeing the bloody jaw to her just hanging out in like a coffee shop or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It went from super gory to like, hey, look at this. It's like a fun movie. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it took a turn. And then it went back to actually being a fun movie whenever she goes back to like the band house or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Like the name of their band, Duh. That's just I'm like, what the fuck?
Duh.
Yeah.
And then
it's very like 90s like pop punk kind of like it sounds like an indie band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we're trying to be cool. Weird. We're trying to
Yeah.
No duh.
Yeah, no duh.
No duh.
Yeah, that coffee shop scene I don't know that, like you said, man, the comedy kind of fell flat for me. Where they got I guess what he was supposed to be like the manager guy or something like that. That was kind of like, you could tell that he was interested in her, and he's trying to give her this like, this nice send off, and the other two people that worked there like couldn't give a shit less. And I don't know, it was just one of those things where I felt like the comedy didn't land, at least not for me.
Tasted like shit.
Yeah,
she's like talking shit about her scones.
It's an opening sequence, right? So it should be the thing that really propels the movie.
Well, it's not really. The opening sequence is the part with the bloody jaw and shit.
It is.
But
no,
when you first,
you're right. And I'll tell you what, that's a good thing they put it there, because if all I saw was the other part, I'd have been like, fuck.
Well, I mean, you're introducing one of your leads.
Yeah, and you're really only introducing your lead, Judy, because the other characters in that scene don't matter. So the fact that I brought it up is almost petty.
No, because I mean, I got the same vibe, because it's kind of like, what the fuck are we doing here?
And it's
weird. Like, whenever it transitions like that, like I almost get that Shaun of the Dead type vibe.
Yeah.
And it's a weird dichotomy, because it's like she's kind of, she doesn't give a shit about the people that she worked with. And she seems kind of pretentious in that moment. And then as soon as she's like, all right, I'm leaving, and she goes across the street and starts talking to the promoter guy from the theater or the venue or whatever. And now she's kind of like the nobody. So it's like she just went from, the people that she kind of thought were nobodies to being the nobody over here in this scenario. So
But honestly, like that's one thing I have to say. Like they could have. Because the thing is, she didn't care about any of those people she worked with, so why should we? Sure. They could have easily made cut it to her. Just I don't know, have something that's like, oh, she's quitting her job, then she just leaves, instead of just this whole thing of these characters that don't even matter.
Right.
Like that's I'll go with that. They could have done that and went right to her talking to the venue guy.
They could have just went to like the band house and then her waking them assholes up because they're fucking sleeping at 4 p.m. And then they could have just been like, so how was your last day at work or whatever?
The Bandhausen?
The Bandhausen.
Right.
Shout out Danhausen.
Yeah.
Well, that scene was kind of funny too, because they're all sleeping. And then fucking she's like, it's 4 p.m. or whatever. And she's like, what the fuck were you doing? He's like, well, you said to clean the house. And then I got stoned because I don't like cleaning. And then I needed a nap.
Yeah, that's like anytime I walk in Chad's house, it's like he's asleep at 4 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I work overnight. That's different.
Well, yeah,
that is my nap time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's what the band is hanging out, and you kind of figure out what's going on, because now we got the other 2 members of the band, and we figure out that they're getting ready to go out on a tour and all this stuff, and they're kind of getting prepared.
Pre-show planning.
Yeah, they're going over the checklist and shit like that. And
been there.
Pretty straightforward.
Haven't been on tour, but I've been in similar situations where you do the checklist of like especially if you're like staying overnight somewhere, but making sure you have all the instruments, all the cords, all the cables, all that shit.
Well, it's funny too, because like then they're walking to their van or whatever, and then their van's getting repoed.
Yeah.
But before that, like the one dude, Jeff Riddle, who plays Max, he's just walking and then he just falls flat on his face.
He does.
Fucked up his nose. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's not like it's like the only time he's done that in the movie, because he does it later. So I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy's feet?
Right.
But he's actually a musician too, and he was in a band, and he wrote all the music for this
$500 is the band.
For this. I think all the movies that he did, he's done. I think 3 movies with Matt Lawrence now.
They actually did a event here recently where it was like I don't know if it was an anniversary party or some shit, and they had I guess they had his band doing songs of Duh, and they played the movie and all that stuff, which I think is kind of cool. That was one thing that really made me like this movie a lot more, was the fact that it was about a band that actually played music that didn't suck, because I hated that shit when like, I guess like the later part of the 80s, if there was a band playing like or something, that would usually suck. Or if it was about a band, it would be just kind of just stupid, mediocre shit.
Generic bullshit music.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, it seems like finally somebody got a hint with like making music movies that have to do with certain types and making sense. Like I believe this is a punk band, completely. The music isn't like, oh, we're a punk band, but they're gonna sound new wave or some shit. Or like,
no, it all makes sense. The music makes sense with those three characters, and one of the things that I thought really worked for this movie was that the three people in the band were so individual and unique. You see too many movies where people are too similar and it's not interesting.
yeah,
These three characters and obviously Uncle Peckerhead, those four characters are so fucking unique, each one of them, that and interesting.
well, it's like you got Max, who's the shy one who's supposed to be the front man, but he can't really say anything on stage. Been there before.
Yeah, it's so weird.
You know, like, he's like the kind of the sweetheart of the whole band. He's actually like kind of like a sensitive dude and all that. You got the drummer who like she just has a no bullshit attitude, like she's cool as fuck. And then you got Judy, who's very like
she's the mom of the band.
She's the mom of the band, but she's also like the one that like is kind of uppity about everything. Like she wants to be punk rock, but she also kind of wants to do everything by the book. Like I don't know. She, like I said, she's I don't care for her character that much, but it's definitely like one of my least favorite characters. I don't really care for her much that much. But wasn't my least favorite. It wasn't my most hated character though. But we'll get to that. But
okay.
But
I know who it is.
I already know. I got a feeling.
I already know.
Yeah.
Inkling,
We'll get to him. Yeah, that guy. You know,
Mr. Septum.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, I yeah, they had a dynamic of an actual band, you know, and that's what I really liked about it, was the fact that I really did believe they were a band, like they're going through like the same shit bands go through when it comes to like touring.
No, I see what you're saying. Like,
you know?
there's 80s movies that did the band thing, like it's a heavy metal band, and they went so extreme with the way they look like Kiss on steroids, you know, and oh, this is supposed to be a band.
Oh yeah, and you don't believe any of them actually play an instrument.
Yeah, we look at them and go, okay, this is some person's image of what they think rock and roll is and a band is.
Yeah, like and that's also another plus about this movie is the fact that it's a movie about musicians, and you know the guy that made the movie is also Max, who is a musician as well. You know,
Well, he was a co-producer or something on it.
I thought he was a director or something. I don't know, whatever. I know he had something to do with it.
Matt Lawrence is the writer director, but
Oh,
he was
okay.
actually in punk bands. He's from Jersey, so
Yeah.
I mean that just shows everything. I mean, Trauma, fucking
Joycey.
punk rock.
Oh yeah, man.
So I mean, it all fits. But yeah, I just like how they're saying they don't have any money, and she just quit her job to pursue this rock career, and then they're out fucking handing out flyers on windshields trying to borrow somebody's van.
Yeah.
And then that's whenever they put the one flyer on, and you hear someone go like, "Hey man, that's my personal property." And then you get introduced to Uncle Peckerhead. Fucking
It's
David
like as much as she was trying to be like prepared for everything, she really wasn't that prepared to shit. She didn't have the money, like she didn't save the money like before she, you know, quit her job. They're getting evicted from their place. Like they didn't have a vehicle.
Yeah.
Like you kind of did everything the wrong way when it comes down to like planning a fucking tour or playing out of state in which you live.
Hey,
You know?
hey, man, that's punk, man. That's rock and roll, man. You just fly by the seat of your pants and fucking just go, man. Just go.
I don't know, man, carrying a drum set around with a bunch of amps is not my idea of fun.
I mean, at least it kind of stays true, you know, where it's like, you know, they're playing gigs where there's like nobody there. Whether the first gig, there was only like 3 paid people there or something like that. So it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of times in films like this where because they have a bigger budget, they'll try to make some of the scenes a little bit more elaborate and you know.
Well, I mean, like that's true though. I mean, like there's shows like you go to and there's barely anybody there.
That's what I'm saying. It's more authentic this way. I don't know if it's designed that way or just based off of the fact that they didn't have a budget. So,
you know. No, I think this was designed that way.
They didn't have a budget.
I mean, I don't have a budget, but I mean, at the same point, though, I mean, again, musicians are a part of the thing. They know how it goes.
Well, I mean, you could tell later on in like the final scene where it's like you see that you could tell that there's not very many actors in the crowd, and they're kind of making it try to look like there's more people that are there than really are. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, it's obvious that it was meant to be like, oh, well, there's not that many people at this first show.
I don't know if it's obvious. Like I said, it might be just a product of the budget. But I'm saying there's a lot of times where people that do have a budget, like the end scene is like you're in like some kind of venue like Bogarts where there's like 2,000 people all of a sudden. You're like, nah, come on. You didn't go from 3 people to like 2,000. This is more realistic. So I'm saying it's better this way.
Well, yeah, it is because it makes more sense. I mean, like, if you're a band that nobody really knows and you're happen to manage to get show here and show there or whatever, like,
sure,
there's a big chance that there's barely going to be anybody there, and if there's people there, they're probably for the other bands for like the local area, and then you end up being like, and the thing is that was one thing is the band in this, they fight for the last, we're the headlining band as a local band or whatever. That's not always a good thing.
A good thing,
No, it's like, oh, okay, you're the last band, which means you're lucky if anybody stays.
Yeah,
and
closing out the bar.
Yeah. So it's that part was kind of funny to me. It's like, not always. Actually, you kind of if you're on a bill with 3 bands, right, and like you're one of 3 bands, you're kind of wanting the first or second slot. Usually, I always preferred the second slot because then I could figure out how people were. During the first band, and then also it gave more time for more people to show up. And by the time the 3rd band plays, the 4th band plays, or in the worst case scenarios, the 5th band plays, the place usually, unless it's like packed, which is rare, especially anymore, especially after COVID and everything, But no, that's what I liked about it, though, is the fact that it did show that, some shows there was like 3 people, some shows there's 10 people,
Yeah. And the fact that you're always dealing with these asshole promoters that are going to fuck you over.
Yeah,
so that's all.
Been there too. Oh yeah.
Make everything seem like it's going to be a lot better than it really is, and then they stick you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, most people that I know of don't have an awesome driver like DUNN had to take care of that problem.
No,
because every time I've watched this movie, because of past experiences with promoters and shit like that, I'm pretty much clapping every time when that
I thought you were saying now after watching this movie you've had the desire to eat promoters.
I mean, I always have a desire to eat humans, but that's beside the point at the moment, Michael.
Hot sauce fixes everything.
It does. No.
Does it?
Mixed with ranch. I've never eaten anyone. But I can't say I haven't thought about it.
That's not what she said.
Well, that's a whole different story. We can't talk about it. My mother's watching.
Jeez.
So that's fun. No, but it's just funny, so they play that show and it's like kind of like a shit show, and then they get what do they get, like $3 or something stupid, or $9 or something?
$3.
The first show, yeah.
$1 per head.
And then fucking dude's just like, I'm gonna go take a shit or whatever. And then like Peckerhead's gone, and then like fucking Max is like, do you think I should go shit too? And I'm like,
well,
that was
on second thought, while we're sitting here, might as well get out of the way. I've been thinking about shitting.
Right. I'm like, what the fuck? Like he was an odd character, but I loved him to death. Like he was funny.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think some of the humor in this movie, it would work in weird little ways like that,
Yeah.
Little twists that you weren't seeing. And that character sometimes was the catalyst for those humorous parts.
Yeah.
Like that one weird scene where she's like on the phone or whatever. And then him and the one chick Mel are just in the woods, and she's like tearing his shirt off. Then he just like kind of stops, and he's just like, what the fuck?
Random.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm like they're probably just out fucking around like on like a park and ride or something one day, filming some shit, and then that's just something that happened.
Yeah.
Because I was watching a couple different interviews, and the van that Uncle Peckerhead's actually driving is Jeff Riddle's van that played Max. Like that was his actual van because he's in a band, so that's what he needed to get his equipment around it.
Yeah.
So like they said, like they pretty much all stayed at the same hotel during filming, and then they all just drove around in the van.
Wow.
I miss my van. Vans are great.
And I know we kind of glossed over it, but I mean the introduction of David Littleton as Peckerhead, man, he's really the standout in this film for me. I think. Yeah. And you know, we talked about Jeff Riddle in the comedy. I think him and David Littleton play off each other very well. Like I like the back and forth comedy with Peck and Max, probably the most in this film out of anything because it's just so it seems so genuine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because Max is like, you know, because he automatically is like, hey, this guy's helping us. He's our friend now.
Yeah, he has no qualms, you know, like especially, you know, after that first situation where they've seen him devour the promoter, and he's like, well, let me just take you to get something to eat, and then you know, let me explain what's going on or whatever.
Did anybody else watch that scene and get really hungry? Because
when he's eating the promoter?
No, like no, where they're sitting there at the diner, all this food's right in front of them
because nobody's eating it.
Nobody's eating all that food. Yeah,
except for Max. He's eating onion rings, and I'm like, ooh, onion rings sound great right now.
I was eyeballing the bacon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That should have been gone in 2 seconds if I was there.
Well, Uncle Peckerhead said, "I'm treating you all," and I kept saying, I kept thinking he's about to say, "Now you motherfuckers better eat this," because they're looking at it and he's paying for it. That was the way I was.
You're a touring band. You're a touring band. Like
you're hungry.
Boxes.
Eat this.
Yeah, you're a touring band. Get some to-go boxes. You know.
Well, I like how he kind of like talked to them, and he was like, you know, he's like, he did you dirty, so and he's like, and then I turn into this thing at midnight or whatever. So
fucking gremlin.
But it's okay. It's all right. It's only 13 minutes. It's just 13 minutes, and then it's over. It's over.
That's what's funny too, because I was like, well, if he was taking a shit, like 13 minutes seems like plenty of time.
Right.
He comes out and he's like, all right, much better now.
Right. But then it's just funny because he like pulls this wad of cash out and he's like, nope. He's like, I'll be your driver and then I'll just pay for everything. They're like, cool. Like that works.
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, you did eat the guy, but you got this money now? All right, well, that changes everything.
Well, I mean, that's not that great of a deal considering you're, you know, accessory to I don't know how many murders going forward. But
well, I mean, if you're a band that's going on your first tour, you know, and you're really just trying to make your staple in the scene, I think that there is not a better way to do that than to have a demonic driver who will eat the pieces of shit that try to rip you off. I think it sends a great message.
I got to give Jared a shout out for the effects and the makeup in this shit because he looked. I mean, for them not having a budget, he did pretty well for what they had to work with. Because they said like they would talk to effects companies and be like, "This is our budget," and they just would never return their calls after that. And then like the one dude was like, "Well, I got a freelancer dude that I usually use when I need help," and he's like, "Here's his number," and he fucking hooked him up.
Yeah, I thought it looked good.
Pretty dope.
Yeah,
the prosthetics look good. Like all the fake limbs looked good. The blood looked good. Like it was pretty solid.
I agree.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And also, real quick, before we move on, could anybody else see Sid Haig playing Peckerhead?
Yep, 1,000%.
I the whole time watching, I'm like, you know, because I hadn't thought about it before, and I'm like, if old Sid could have been a part of this, like, you know, I mean, this guy does a great job, don't get me wrong, but
yes,
but I could totally see Sid doing this, man. That would have been totally like
I was like, I wonder if it was written for Sid because it felt
or with him in mind. Maybe.
Yes, exactly. And that's just it. The guy that did that part, amazing, you know.
Yeah. He used to be a graphic designer. Then, like he said, he just was like, figured he'd try to dip his toe back in acting because that's what he always wanted to do. And then he came across Matt Lawrence, and he's like, hey, he auditioned or whatever, and they were like, hey, like, he said after that we didn't need to see anybody else, and he was the one. And then he said because they actually did the diner scene that we're talking about for his audition, and then he said he pretty much based the character off his uncle because that's like how his uncle's mannerisms are. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. I work with a guy kind of like him, and that's who I first thought of. He acts like him, you know. It's just to the T of that guy, you know.
We've all met. We've all met.
Yep.
We've all met that guy. You know, the guy that's like, he doesn't really have too many friends, kind of shy, but you know, when he makes friends, like they become family, and he's like, oh, well, you know, he always means well by everything. And you know, we've all met
all the murder and mayhem.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, whatever.
Little shit. Man's got to eat.
Right. Yeah. But like, I don't know. Well, when you're watching this, like, I think of a few people that I worked with at pizza places and gas stations and like just other places where it's like you have that guy that's like, he doesn't get certain, like it's like he doesn't know nothing about like punk rock and all that stuff, like, you know, beforehand, but like as he gets on with, he's kind of like, yeah, I get into that. And like we've all met that guy who he kind of like, you know, gets into something because everybody else around him's into it. And you know, I don't know. I like the character a lot, and I think he's cool.
Yeah,
and again, Judy's hard on him in this movie. Like I get it. He's killing people. You might have problems about that. I get it. But, you know,
He's a character you like, and you don't know why you like the character.
Yeah, like,
you know, don't know why, but you're just like, oh, I know I shouldn't. I know he's doing these things, you know, and I started thinking stuff like the little bits, the little things that looked like insulin with needles, and he says, oh, it puts me to sleep, and then later he says no, and it's just water, and which puts one of those weird things in your head. You know, this guy's doing these bad things. That's the first thing where you're like, what? So you haven't been subduing your urges at night? What the fuck? I started thinking, no, fuck. This is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He's using that substance to create this urge, this thing. And I don't think there's anything to really support that, but it made me think about it because like, oh, it's nothing. It's water. It's not even, you know, stopping him from doing this. Because there was that scene where she was fucking that guy that she thought was so beautiful. That was obviously a bad lay. I love that scene. Yeah. I love that. She said, oh, I love that.
Fuck yeah.
Terrible lay. And she sees Uncle Peckerhead in the window. She goes out and he's not there now. Is that in her head? Did it really, you know, you figure it's in her head. She's paranoid, right? What if it wasn't? What if he actually was just taking that stuff to induce that state, to make himself Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Peckerhead?
Well, they do look on it though. But they do look at the stuff and realize that like that van isn't his, and neither is that stuff. He was just saying.
I kind of I might have.
So that stuff ends up getting like canceled out like pretty quickly.
Well, they said something. He's shooting water, and I didn't know where they got water because that made sense to me, but I might have missed that when I was watching it.
Well, once you realize he's the monster, then you go back to that opening scene and you realize the guy that he's eating is the guy whose van
on the van. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
His name is Emmanuel or some, I don't know. Something.
Which is the point where he becomes a fucking villain and you start to lose that loving feeling you had for him as the guy that was championing the band, selling their demo tapes, doing all those things to help them, and then all of a sudden you go, oh fuck.
He kind of becomes a liar.
It did take a turn.
Maybe he is, you know, and then the very end of the movie, you go, yeah, he's just coming back now for a slaughter, you know.
Yeah. So I think based off of that opening scene that stuff in the glove compartment, you know, was never his to begin with.
No.
It's
Right.
just,
Okay,
just
I
stuff that was in
wondered
there.
that.
But I
Okay,
get
so
what you're
my
saying.
brain's
Where
started getting weird and thinking these things like he's doing a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and he's inducing it because they were, I don't know anything about insulin, so it's probably just was an insulin pack.
I think that's what he said it was, but then it was like,
It wouldn't make any sense why he'd be shooting up water.
right, yeah. Well, but I think it actually mentions that it's like,
So you're just getting really hydrated.
yeah. So it's like I don't know that, whatever semantics.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought too much into that one. That's okay.
I was wondering that at first too. Like if that was, like as I was like, it didn't make any sense if it was like a sedative because you never see the guy really sleeping except for like that scene where she goes out and checks on him whenever she thinks she sees him in the window, and then he's still like just passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
now, do you think she really saw him, or like
No.
he was really there?
I don't think so. I
That was
think
just
she
her head kind of fucking with her because of all the shit that's been going on.
She was stressing herself out, man. She was just starting to see shit because that's all she was worried about.
You don't think he was like the peeping Tom? He just wanted to come over and take a look at her titties while she's like banging this
No,
gorgeous man.
no, because he never comes off as a creep. So like I think it's he comes off as actually pretty respectable. You know what I mean? Like
I think that was what people do in films sometimes. It kind of drives me nuts where they do something that really isn't pertinent. Not pertinent, I don't know what the word is. It's not really something that physically happened in the storyline.
No.
Well, to get your mind thinking though.
Yeah, there's Get Out is a film that is people love, and they do that in that movie in the beginning. Stuff that happens, and then when you think about timelines and realities of stuff, it just doesn't make sense,
Yeah, I think it's all kind of designed to make you be in the mind of Judy, where you're everybody else is so quick to just be like write everything off and say, oh no, he's cool, but she's very hesitant about everything because it's like, okay, first off, he's killing people, which is terrible. I mean,
first off.
I mean, because it's so easy to just say, okay, cool, because he ate the asshole promoter. But when you find out that he's eating other just regular people,
We don't know if he ate his asshole or not. Don't judge him.
No, I'm saying like he's killing other people that aren't bad. Once you realize that, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well,
The reality for me is I am Judy. I'd be like,
I thought you were Robert.
Skeptical of this motherfucker. I wouldn't want him around me. That's how I kind of hated Judy, but I'm like, fuck, that is me.
Like,
that makes sense.
I understand. I understand her worry. I do, but it's like I can't remember the drummer's name, but like her.
When everyone was partying with him after killing the metal guys,
Mad Max.
Yeah, the metal dudes. I was like, fuck. I feel like I would want to party with them too. Even though I'm Judy in this deep part of me that's like, fuck this guy. He's killing people. I kind of was like, fuck yeah. Fuck it.
Those metalheads though, they those are the kind of metalheads that give metalheads a bad name. God damn it.
There's that scene, and then like the one where they're actually talking about him eating people, and then the drummer chick Mel, she's like, well, he seems to have a system down. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I'm with her. Like, fuck it.
But what, you don't know this guy from Adam.
I liked Mel right from the beginning. That
true.
I liked Mel. I like.
So you're just, it's just like, all right, cool. He seems cool or whatever. He's got a system. But what if he ate them?
Well, the thing is, like, none of all that they were even asked, and they're like, do you feel like he? And they're like, no, like we feel fine with him, because like he's like, they're my friends, like whatever. Like he hadn't shown any signs of doing anything to them. Like I understand like the worry on it, but I mean, like in all actuality, most of my fucking life I've hung out with fucking weirdos and freaks and people who are possibly dangerous. So like if I'm in a punk band and I'm like needing somebody to drive us around, and we want to like be infamous, then hey, we don't know certain things.
If you're hanging out with your friends and you got this random dude that you guys just met driving you guys around, who turns out to be a fucking demon.
He was a nice guy. I mean, what?
But he killed people.
He was a nice guy.
You're just gonna be all right, cool. This guy's a human eating demon, and we're just gonna roll with it.
I mean, when it comes down to certain things, it's like, if you can really read people, you can tell when somebody, like, sometimes you can tell, like, if they're sinister.
You
and
can
they're
tell
gonna
when
just
they want to
consume.
eat you or don't, you know?
But the read ended up being wrong.
But, like, no, but, like, the only reason they were wrong is because, like, they turned their backs on him.
Because he lied to him.
Yeah, but I mean, Samantha.
No, and in the end, he turned out to be just as fucked up as you didn't want him to be.
But would he have been
like,
that way?
The
Well,
way
we're skipping.
I
We're
thought of Uncle Peckerhead, I keep having to think to myself so I don't say Peckerhead.
I know.
The way I didn't like, you go, oh man, I like this guy, but you go, now he's bad. There's something there, and then as the movie progresses, we see it, of course, as the viewers, and it's like, no, it doesn't matter. He's bad, especially at the end, because he says it's your way of the highway, my way of the highway,
Yeah.
Just like Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
God damn.
He's the fucking the backwards red hat wearing motherfucker that we always hated.
He fucking Fred Durst him. But my big question is, why is he called Uncle Peckerhead?
Because that's what his daddy
Right?
always called him.
That's what it's just
No, he said his name's Peckerhead. Where's the uncle part come from?
I think it's just because
I think they just consider him an uncle.
Yeah,
But they never
like,
say
he's
that.
got his-
well, okay, it's just implied then.
It's kind of like how Snoop's everybody's uncle that's younger than him.
Huh.
But they never do say Uncle Peckerhead. They just either call him Peckerhead or Peck.
Heck.
Yeah. You could have just thrown it in a simple line. Like, oh, he's
Well,
he
I mean,
seems like,
they needed something else besides just calling it Peckerhead.
that's what I'm saying. Like, all you had to do is throw in a simple line and be like, hey, he's a good guy. He's just like the fun uncle you always wanted.
Yeah,
Uncle
Uncle
Peckerhead.
Peckerhead.
That's all you had to do.
See
Now
it.
you got me
Oh,
wondering.
that's Uncle Peckerhead.
Yeah.
That's our Uncle Peckerhead.
The one scene I thought was fucking goofy too is whenever, so like right after the first time he kills people or he eats the promoter, and then he gets in the hotel. Like, I don't think Judy slept the whole fucking movie, for one. And then two, like the next morning, like Peckerhead's sitting there brushing his teeth, and then you just see Max fucking over there next to him taking a shit. And I'm like, what is going on here?
No,
I mean, if
check
you're on
it.
a time constraint,
No, I recognize that anytime Judy woke up, everyone else was awake before her.
Yeah.
It even happens later in the movie, and it's like she'll wake up and like everyone's awake, and like they're at someone's house cooking pancakes. I think you mentioned that, and then they're at the motel. Everyone's awake, and I tried to figure out if there was a reason for that, because I was like, why is it that's the case? But
Because she was worried about everything, and everybody else was just having a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think,
So
I
she
think the
was-
only
she was
thing
losing
she
sleep.
slept in.
maybe she was going to sleep later, so waking up later. And that was a weird way of showing us as the viewer.
Yeah.
Like the only time you actually see her sleeps and everything, that he kills the metalheads.
Yeah.
Because she fucking sleeps through the whole fucking ordeal. So I guess that's like her being up for 2 days straight. Then she just passed the fuck out and like hard. Like she was in some sleep.
And everyone's really excited about, hey, did you see what happened? Oh my
Got
God.
covered in blood and shit. It's like, okay, I get it. They were douchebags, but they probably didn't deserve to die.
Well,
The promoter did, though, because he's a promoter. And he's
Wait, what about that cocksucker who was the lead singer of the other band?
Oh, yeah, let's get to him. Let's
Yeah,
get to
with
him.
the ring
Chuck's
in his
favorite.
nose or whatever.
God, dude. Okay, so this fucking band, all right. I have played. Yeah, there's that fucking asshole.
Dominion
thing.
Rising.
There was a guy. Yeah, there was a guy. Was that the band that he was in?
Yeah.
There was a guy years ago. There was a guy years ago that I knew who was in a couple of different punk bands. That was just like this guy. But unfortunately, like most of the time when you play shows, like you make friends with all the other bands you're playing with. Like if you didn't know each other, you pick and choose. Like you're like, oh yeah, these guys are cool, whatever. Not all the time, but sometimes you get those bands that like have a big head and probably shouldn't. one of the last shows that Bastard Sons played, we played with this one band. They came walking in there with a fucking like we didn't know what to think of them because they came walking in with a trunk load of like merchandise and like they had all this stuff, and then the lead singer was like acting real cocky about everything, just like this guy, and then they get on stage and they're the worst fucking band of the night. The guy can't fucking sing. The guitar player isn't even playing through a guitar amp. He's playing through a fucking like glorified fucking karaoke amp. Like the drummer is terrified to even play his drums. Like, I'm not kidding. Instead of like parts that should be heavy, like he's barely hitting the drums. You can barely even hear the drums. Like they didn't have a bass player. Like it just was horrible. And like this guy is the embodiment of that type of band. Like, God, I fucking hated these guys, and I hated this guy so much. He's so full of himself, doesn't even give a shit about anything else going on around him. This guy, I was really hoping somebody would have yanked that fucking thing out of his goddamn nose. God, yeah, fuck him, piece of shit.
Yeah, it's Shiloh, Ryan Conrath.
What else has he been in? Because I've seen him in other stuff.
I think he was. I mean, he's in another Matt Lawrence movie. He's kind of like he uses the same guys over and over. He just did a movie that came out 2 years ago called Bloody Axe Wound.
Okay, yeah. What's that one?
They're all in that. Even Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's who David Littleton reminded me of a little bit, in a way. And then it was funny because I was watching them do like another interview thing, and someone was asking him if he could switch with an actor and live their life, who would he be? You know who he picked?
Who?
Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage. There you go. Okay.
I was like, fuck yeah, I like this guy even more now.
Yeah.
He's like, he's always just Nick Cage. Like,
See, but I love the scene where they actually play the show with him and stuff, and does so much better than that guy's band. Like that fucking like that artsy fartsy like bullshit. Like we're like, he's oh god, I'm having like fucking PTSD flashbacks to like bad fucking like shows with shitty ass bands with like shitty ass lyrics, and they want to be all artsy fartsy instead of just like fucking having a good time. The fucking band, God, I fucking hated them. They would have been that band that I would have purposely like made sure people were pushed into them. Horrible. I write those music though.
I write all of our lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, it's really good. That's really good. I didn't remember.
Well, I like how he's
I'm
like,
the lead singer. And
I like how he just like walks up. Like I could tell what kind of douche he was from the jump, and then he's like,
"Steals her cigarette.
Are you smoking?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Can I get a cigarette?" Then he just like takes the whole pack and puts it in his pocket.
He's smoking a cigarette when he's like,
I'm
"You
like,
smoke?"
I know that fucking dude.
I love how she called him out on that.
Yeah.
When he left, I don't know because I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, you're not gonna tell me that she's not gonna have noticed that, you know?
Yeah, same. Yeah. You're not even a smoker, and you get it. It's like,
like that
get back here, asshole.
I just said that immediately. I'd say,
then he whips out a fucking Zippo, and like if you have a Zippo, you always have cigarettes on you. I don't give a fuck.
Right? No, yeah, no, that, yeah, no. But the pickle they all get in later because that would suck when the girl at the show says that Max decides they show Max like, hey, this is what you need to say, blah blah blah. He becomes a little better of a front man. They said they needed a place to stay. Girl says, hey, my grandma doesn't care if you stay here. We already have another band playing with us, and you find out
they're playing a show at a cabin with like 8 people in it.
But I've done that.
Like in the middle of nowhere, and you can see like the one van like in the background driving down the road.
There was a place about 2 hours away from here called something Bees. I can't remember what it was. It literally was a house
Bees?
that was turned. It was something Bees. I can't rember what it was. But it was.
Are you saying bees?
Bees, as in like
or beads?
Bees, like bzz, bees.
Like the end of Wicker
Oh
Man.
my god! Yeah, like stinger motherfuckers. Whatever. God damn, fucking kill them. But yeah, it was just a house that it was pretty much like somebody lived there, but you wouldn't really know it. But it was just where they had a lot of shows, and it was the middle of nowhere, and there was like anywhere between 40 to like 80 people there all the time. It's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Huh. Did they have bees?
Yeah, there was like a reason for that. I think it was like a bee farm or something or whatever. Or there was like somebody's name. There's a play off somebody's name or something.
They sold honey, Mike.
I don't know what the deal was. Get off of him, Mike. Jesus fucking Christ.
I was just curious.
Oh, that's cool. I understand. It's okay to ask questions.
Well, even Shiloh's fucking performing with no shoes or socks on. He's just fucking barefoot standing on a carpet doing
carpet. Yeah, he's got like a magic carpet.
Nonsense.
Death.
I'm gonna step to my right and get my charger because my battery's low.
Be careful.
Roro.
Yeah, no, like him and his fucking his fur coat vest thing. Him checking his spikes that are barely even spiky.
Oh, his fucking hair! I just wanted to shave it.
Oh, dude, I hated that guy so much, and all the band members, and like when they're playing, and the guitar player's doing the backing vocals, and it's like the worst high pitched vocal ever. That sounded better than that.
One thing in this movie, like one of the lines in this movie that fucking, or two of them, I should say, that cracked me up is whenever the metalhead dude is like, "You're cruising for a bruising," because I ain't heard that shit since I was in elementary school.
Really?
I thought the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And then whenever Max asked Peck what humans taste like, and he's like, some taste like dog shit.
Yeah.
Others taste like watermelon sherbet.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? And then whenever he fucking, like later on, whenever he does, like you were getting to, Chuck, where he they're all staying at that chick's house, and then Shiloh and his little clan like tie them up and gag them in the room. But then the girl comes over and is like, "You're making too much noise." I'm like, how? Like half the motherfuckers in here have gags in their mouth. And then you see Pecker like bang on the door and squish that dude. And then whenever he like tears out Shiloh's heart, he fucking like, I guess from all the vegan food or whatever, he just like gives him the shits and he just starts spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
like, what am I watching?
I know that you all have my feces across your face or whatever he says.
Yeah.
And then they immediately the girl and the grandma.
I thought of them saying earlier, some people taste shitty and some people taste like watermelon. I wondered if that had something to do with that.
Yeah, I don't know. That was pretty funny.
But it was like, fuck. And from that point on, for the rest of the movie, the characters had his shit on their clothes.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say they get to the venue and the promoter's like, "You smell like shit." Is that shit?
Yeah, like it might be Manor. Our truck broke down. He's like, "That's fucking punk rock." I'm like,
I mean,
like shit.
I mean, if it's a punk rock movie, and I don't know if it is, but gotta have a little homage to the shitmaster himself, old G.G. Allen, I guess.
Well, their reactions in that room whenever everything's going down is fucking great.
Yeah.
Everybody in this movie pretty much nails that, like their reactions. Like,
yeah,
that shit's so funny. Not like, well, I guess that shit was funny too. Fuck it.
Looking pretty rough there.
It's like she was like they're in the dressing room or whatever, like trying to get it off, and they still want to get everything off of them. But you know,
hey, but Peck comes in there clean as shit.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's just funny. Like whenever they get to that big show, and then they finally meet their punk rock chick, Jen Jennings, and then she's talking about getting them like a pretty good fucking deal or whatever.
Ken Jennings from Jeopardy.
Yeah,
Jeopardy.
Same person.
Weird,
right? But then she like sees Peck walk into that room and she's like, "What the fuck?" And like they seem pretty chill that he's in there until she gets in there.
Yeah.
And then they kind of like vote him out or whatever. And that's whenever he's like, "Well, they know the ultimatum is that I eat you at midnight, and it's pretty fucking close to midnight." But I figured that he would have let him off too because they pretty much took the rap for the van.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why did they take the rap for the van?
I guess they were afraid to get eaten. Like, how do you stop that? I mean, I wonder if like a bullet will stop him or whatever. Probably
Well,
not. Demon.
we also left the part that they had kidnapped the mother and the granddaughter and the grandmother from the last
it's
house.
fucked up.
They're like, we'll just have her in here, have him in here until after the show, and then we'll go from there.
Too much DNA tied them to that band, you know.
Oh yeah, it all kind of like added up. But
yeah, because Judy even saw that speck of blood in the beginning and was like, "What the fuck is this?"
But I mean, you could just say it was this guy.
Yeah,
right.
That's actually very true, though. The blood at the beginning she saw has DNA tied to a crime way before. So if we're really looking at it, and you know what, it's a comedy. See, because I was starting to look at some things like, oh, come on, that don't make sense. Like, shut the fuck up, Robert. It's a fucking comedy.
Right, yeah.
It's because when they're like washing down after they murdered the metal guys, well, isn't the stipulation he only turns into the demon for 13 minutes? Well, 13 minutes past midnight is 12:13. Yeah. So why in the morning at 6 a.m. or whenever the sun's coming up, you'd be washing off if you killed someone at 12:15? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah, okay.
I thought the same
I
thing.
know, right? So you don't put the little thing. Okay, it's a comedy.
Yeah.
And it turns out he's a hell of a baker.
Right.
We should exchange recipes, Judy. I didn't know you baked.
Hey, he was selling their fucking demo tapes. You know, what band doesn't need a guy on their side that could go around and sell your demo tapes?
That's what I'm saying. The guy was more of a good thing than a bad thing to the band. I mean, he was selling stuff like you never usually have a roadie or anybody helping out that actually does anything. Like,
until he wants to eat your face, Chuck.
No, like as long as you're his friend.
Yeah.
As long as you're his friend.
He made him $175, I guess. But he didn't actually give him the money, so who knows where the money's at? He's probably in his shirt pocket.
Well, I mean, like he seemed sparingly with it though. Like,
because he's thinking too, because he's been wearing the same clothes for who knows how fucking long. Because he's been living in his van down by the river.
Right. Well,
he's just having fun, and if you're a part of this fun, fuck you.
Well, I mean, like a lot of bands like will go a few days without showering and shit. Like
a few days, cool, but I'm sure he's probably been fresh for months, aside from getting fucking sprayed hose down in a car wash.
Well, I mean,
what are you talking about? They stayed at hotels,
but it didn't show him get a bath. The only one you ever see actually showers fucking Mel after the show that he kind of got the crowd amped up for.
Well, you could probably just assume whenever he goes to his room, he showers.
We're gonna assume that we don't really need to see a play-by-play of like Peck. Like, I'm gonna remove my clothes now because Chad needs to make sure I take a shower. Now I'm gonna get into it.
I bet that van stunk though. Whenever they was driving all covered in shit.
Oh, guaranteed.
Oh,
There's never been a touring vehicle that didn't smell like fucking body odor.
I mean, he ate that girl and her grandma, right?
I don't know.
The cops found him. That's why they got
found
busted.
them alive. I can't remember.
That's the news report. Yeah, at the news report, they said the older lady said that she gave a description, and they showed a drawing of the succubus guy.
Yeah. So that's why I never understood.
That's how they got out of prison.
Like, if those two people are alive, then they can verify the story. Like, hey, there's this man-eating fucking demon that did all this.
The thing is, though, is they didn't see anything that happened until after the fact. Is what I'm getting. All the pandemonium happened, like the other band was slaughtered, and then it was like, oh well, here's Grandma, she's mad because she's got to go to work. Oh, and then she happens to see a big bloody mess. And there's always people around, and she's like, oh shit. And then Peck's like, oh, get him, and they get him, they tie him up, and they're like, we can't let anybody. There's no witnesses. And they dump him in the back of the van, and they're both like, hey, this is a problem. And he's like, we'll deal with it later. And then the cops come, and then boom, there we go.
I mean, they were probably going to be his snack at midnight if he.
I mean, there's a good possibility of it, but
I think they would have been able to corroborate the band's story.
Cannot have any witnesses.
But he disappears.
Yeah, he just walks off into the shadows, and then 8 months later, he shows up at one of their shows.
And then that is probably I actually love the ending of this movie.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: they're playing on stage. and all of a sudden, Judy sees Peck from the distance and in between people, and she can't figure out if she's actually seeing him,
or does she?
And, well, the thing is, though, is like she's watching as like you hear like people being slaughtered.
Yeah.
No, you just hear people screaming.
Yeah, but
it kind of also sounds a little bit.
When you watch it on the thing, it even tells you it's like people like screaming bloody murder and stuff like that. You watch it with subtitles on, they're like and you hear like munching noises.
It's kind of like how similar is the sound of people having a good time and the people getting killed.
Yeah. Now, also the possibility that she was just like, "Oh, he's here," and so it was in her head.
Yeah.
This is where a sequel could come in. I'd be curious about it, but like I also like the idea of like,
I'd love to see him do the sequel.
Yeah, but like I could see it be a situation of, oh, well, you just betrayed me. I'm back to show you why you don't do that, and then he slaughters everybody in the room, and next movie. But it would make more sense if they didn't make the next movie where they could start out with her on stage, like, kind of dazing out, and like the band being like, "What are you seeing?" And it's all in her head. Nobody's hurt, and they don't see him, and
there never ever was an Uncle Pecker to begin with.
Well, no, I wouldn't go that far because I hate that shit. Don't do that. But, like, oh, it never existed in the first place. It was all in their head. No. Some things did happen.
Give the M. Night Shyamalama ding dong ending.
God damn it! Every one of his fucking movies, yeah.
Well, it goes back to what we were talking about, that scene where she sees him in the window, or she doesn't really see him. It's all in her head. Is that playing out here at the end scene?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, there's a possibility that's what that could be. Like, which works if there's a sequel. Yeah, it was all a dream.
Yeah. So Matt Lawrence, we need the sequel. We need it.
I'm down because I absolutely love this movie. And
me and Mike was talking yesterday, and we were like, "Man, we wish we had more time to plan this shit because we could have probably got at least 1 to 2, if not all, the cast that were like the main cast members on the show, because they do a lot of podcasts.
It'd be cool to have Peckerhead on here.
Yeah, like a lot of the ones I watched today and yesterday were like, usually it was Matt Lawrence, the director and writer, and then also David Littleton, Uncle Peckerhead. And then also Jeff Riddle would be on a occasional. So, I mean, they definitely do work. And then Mike, he saw one where Chet Siegel, who played Judy, was doing podcasts.
No, she's been doing screenings and stuff like that. Even now, like a couple weeks ago, they had a screening of this up in New York. So
that's where they did the band was playing.
Yeah. So it's still going strong. They did a 5th anniversary tour last year and everything for it. So there's definitely an audience out there that enjoy this and want to see more. So, it's one of those things. Like I said, in that end scene, you only are looking at Judy's viewpoint, and you don't know if it's real or not. Because you don't have any of the other band members saying, "Oh shit, there's Peck," or anything like that. And you hear the screaming. But then again, it's just a shot of her face. So could the screaming be in her head? Is it real? Is it not?
All right, yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Like I said, great spot to pick up on for a sequel. I absolutely love this movie.
Or a prequel.
It's so good.
A prequel even. I mean, because like there's so many questions when it comes to Peckerhead.
You could do just a sequel and have moments where it shows it. I don't think it needs a full prequel.
How did he become a demon? How long has he been doing this?
They can show that in a sequel.
A lot of unknowns.
Flashback.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think it's got potential. Like
I agree with Sturdy what he said earlier. It's definitely a fun movie.
Yeah,
it's goofy. Like I had fun with it. Like I'm definitely want to go watch the Bloody Axe Wound movie now because I know like pretty much everybody in this film is in that one.
Yeah, sure. I need to give that one another watch because I've only watched it once. I don't remember much about it. I remember I didn't mind it though, so I like to give it another watch. Actually, Bloody Axe Wound is just a good title.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Yeah,
It was okay. This was a first time watch for me. There's nothing. I don't hate it. It's one of those ones I probably wouldn't go back and watch again or anything. It one and done for me. But like I said, there's no. I don't think any of the actors really suck or anything like that. I really liked the relationship with Max and Peck. And I'm fine with Judy. I know you weren't a big fan of her, Chuck, or whatever, but I think that's kind of how the character is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. She's not supposed to be like, oh, I'm in love with her and I really like her and I'm on her side. You're kind of like almost on the side of Max and the drummer chick, where you're like, oh, this guy's cool, Demon, no big deal, like and you just kind of go along with it. You don't kind of second guess anything, but you got to have that other side of the story where it's like you got a character who's like second guessing everything and wondering like, is this really a good idea? Even though we're getting the benefit, we're getting the hookup from all this, but there's a lot of collateral damage that goes along with it. So,
well, I mean, that's one thing that when you're in a band and you're on your first venture out and all that, you kind of don't give a shit. You're kind of like, we'll just go with whatever. And
the murder and mayhem tour.
I mean, man, if it comes, it comes. I mean, like you kind of go, well, we could stop everything and just completely destroy all our plans or whatever, or we could just keep going and just kind of.
What if they do a prequel and Peck is like it's like a younger version of Peck where he's like a My Pet Monster.
My Peck Monster.
There you go.
Now I'd like to see more of the demon, because I felt like the comedy in this shit was funny, like just the goofy shit too. Like whenever they go to the fucking the one dude's house, Nick, the guy that was in that band Piss Face, I think he was.
Piss Face.
Yeah.
Well, they were all obsessed with him.
Well, it's just like
what
the
about
whole
blowjob eyes.
Yeah, like that whole scene fucking cracks me up because like she gives him the hug and then like Max leans over and like checks out his butt or whatever, and then they go in the fucking bedroom and they're like sitting there talking about him, and then Peck walks in there and like the one with the fucking Mel chick's like, you gotta fuck him later, and then Peck walks in and he's like, hey, anybody else see blowjob eyes out there? Then Max starts telling this weird ass camp counselor story and he gets a boner. He's like,
yeah, I forgot about that one.
He's like, he would always look down with me with his big blue eyes, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then they like mention he's sporting wood, and he's like, good one there, Maxie. I'm like, what the fuck?
There you go. What? It's an invoice for the morning after pill.
Yeah.
Who invoices somebody on that?
I'd pay up if I got one though.
Like, yeah, but I mean,
here's an extra like spot for the next one.
Oh.
Like,
right.
Man, I knew a chick that eat those things like M&Ms. Don't. But yeah, it was fun. Oddly enough, I went over to Chad's the other day, and what were you watching? Apocalypse Clown?
Yeah. Have
you seen that one before? No.
It's fun.
Now that would look like a lot of fun. Like even though just a little bit I saw of that, I might go back and rewatch it because I only saw bits and pieces there for a minute. But I was like, man,
from whenever you were here.
Yeah. So that looked like a real fun one too. So you might want to check that out.
Like I said, I'll watch anything with clowns in it.
Sure. But yeah, there's plenty of room for Peckerhead to kind of move forward. I think it's a good character, and they could probably do a little bit more with it. I know these guys. You talked about the bloody axe wound and everything like that. So I mean, they're still doing indie stuff. They're doing small time stuff or whatever. So it's like I would say. If there's an audience out there that kind of wants to see more of this character, run with it.
If you're wondering how they got the band name Duh, it's because James Taylor was already taken.
Because what was?
James Taylor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah.
I was like, smart ass chick. It's pretty fun.
I liked her immediately after that.
Yeah, I like how when Max is doing his little speech and he's definitely not a public speaker, and then she's like, abort, and then he starts playing another fucking song.
Oh yeah, abort.
He's like, I'm Max, and I play the guitar or something. He's like, and we're duh. She's like, abort.
Yeah.
I'm like, so awkward.
It takes
I've been to
it
shows.
takes a minute to get your.
It
takes a minute to get your stage presence down.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun movie, man. I mean, I can't say I will watch it again, but I can't say I won't.
Worth a watch, that's for sure.
If he makes a sequel, I'll probably watch it again just to follow it up with that and do a double feature. But
I've probably watched.
I'd love to see the sequel.
I've probably watched this movie 6 or 7 times now.
Jesus.
Yeah, I like it. It's just one that's like, I don't know. It's one that I find that I put on like, if I'm bored, have a few drinks, whatever. It's kind of the end of the night. Find something fun to watch. Or if I got friends over.
That's Shaun of the Dead, like Dead and Breakfast kind of feel.
Yeah. And again, the music in it's pretty good. I kind of hear some kind of old school kind of sounding Green Day, like with some of the songs in this.
It definitely has like that early '90s punk sound to it.
Yeah, and I dig that because there was a lot of bands that I hung around with and did merch for a little while that were very similar to this style.
Like I was getting more like a face-to-face vibe.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but yeah, they had what like they're okay, but I mean like they have some songs were a little crunchier than others, but like they all had kind of that same like I want to say like Dookie era Green Day, but with a little bit of like that indie Pixies kind of sound too. So
you're talking about the songs in the movie, right? The bands.
Yeah.
I didn't mind them. So many times you see a movie and the songs used, they're such shit.
Yeah.
They're just such elevator music type.
Not
stuff.
Appealing at all.
Yeah. I was surprised. I was like, what the fuck? I kind of want to hear this.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, Jeff
That
Riddle
really
and Matt Morris wrote they did a whole album for the movie.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. I love that.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. This one, when it comes on to band, like to movies about like music, about bands and stuff. This one, Green Room, I like the band on that. I like the music they played on that as well. A little more harder, like a little heavier version of punk, a little more crustier punk. Fuck, I'm drawing a blank now. The other movie is, but yeah, it is nice when you're like, oh man, I actually kind of like the music of this because there's so many fucking movies that suck.
There's 2 books that anyone who's a fan who watched this movie and liked it will like these 2 books. One's called Toured to Death by John Wayne Communale. It's great. It's fantastic. And then the other one's called Punk Rock. What's it called? Punk Rock Ghost. I think it's called Punk Rock Ghost Van or some shit. Fuck, I don't remember what it's called. Punk Rock Ghost Van.
Who wrote
by
that
David Agronoff. That's really good too. And both of those books, this movie sort of reminded me of those books,
Oh yeah.
There you go.
And John Wayne, gotta give out a little love to John Wayne there. The guy's great. He's a great writer, and he's also great at doing audible stuff. And he's also a great punk rock musician too. So
exactly. Well,
John
Tour
Wayne
to
is
Death. Tour to Death is his whole. It's like almost they're like short stories about a guy on tour.
Yeah.
You know, with all the different stories. And what he said to me is, hey, you know, this is stuff he said that happened to him, you know, but you figure out where the truth lies and the fiction makes it go further. But and it's great. It was a great book. I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys have any other final thoughts on the Uncle Peckerhead?
I think that it's a fun movie, and for anybody that has been you know, in a band that's played shows and has a little experience under their belt will understand some of the shit in this movie. And I think it's a good one. It's a good one.
Rob,
Too high
thoughts? Or I was going to ask Rob if he had any final thoughts.
Go ahead.
Yeah, as a horror comedy, it's actually a pretty funny movie. That's coming from a 44-year-old man who doesn't always get modern humor. I really did enjoy it, and I think everything Chuck just said is pretty applicable to how good it is. Yeah, it's a fun one. It's fun to check out.
Michael,
My stepdad likes your Aussie poster, Robert.
I think we talked about that last time. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
I think
That's a
probably.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
shit.
old school. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an old school one, isn't it? Right?
Oh yeah, that's a blacklight poster. That was my cousin's poster when I was a fucking kid.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I said, "Fuck!" I preserved that shit and I kept it. Yep.
Hell yeah, man. That was the album that got me into Aussie, man. Diver Madman. Blizzard's great, but Diver Madman always have a special place
Yep.
in my heart.
It is better.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Too high to cry, too rare to care.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun little film. I don't know, you know, it doesn't rank up high or anything for me, but you know, check it out if you haven't already.
Like I said, I mean, I guess I don't know if I'll ever rewatch it or not, but like I said, I probably will when the second one comes out. But I definitely want to see a sequel to this for sure.
Well, it makes me happy to know that you like it enough to where you'd like to see a sequel.
Yeah, I mean, I'll fucking back any like indie people. Like even if the movie's not great, like I don't know. Like I mean, at least they're trying.
Which,
And
real
then-
quick, the scene that was behind you where she first walks in on him eating the promoter guy, and they're
He
both
gets scared.
screaming,
Yeah.
and he's like, that part cracks me up too. It's the great reveal right there, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
how did he plan? Like, how did he not know that they were gonna figure it out? Like, he was gonna be covered in blood and just come back out, or what?
Well, he
I
doesn't
mean,
know. He was never in that
He
situation.
might have washed off before he went out after that if she didn't walk in.
That's a long process.
That's a-
Where are you gonna?
It's a really
That's
long
a lot
shit.
of blood. That's a lot of blood.
Yeah, that whole room was like covered in it.
It's a lot
I
of
don't know. That's whatever.
Semantics.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Bees.
Sometimes you can't ask questions. You just got to go with it.
Right.
Right.
Speaking of going with it, let's see.
All
what's
right,
the
you
wonderful-
peckerhead. Let's see what this random
Wonderful.
clip generator is fired up for us in the 201.
I'm scared.
Peckerhead.
I'm scared.
I like saying that.
Let's do it. Come on. What the problem is? We might get a clip. We might not.
What happened?
What did you do?
I don't know. I turned the movie off.
Oh, I saw part of it.
What are you doing, Chad?
I can't see it at all on my end.
I can
Well,
see it.
doesn't matter. We can see it.
You can see it, so good. Let me know when it's over.
Big trouble. Uh-oh.
I don't think he's gonna stop.
This is weird.
Good old Jack Burton on the case.
You know what Jack Burton says in a time like this? Fuck it.
Yeah, man. Fuck it. Chad, what are you doing?
I'm saying, is it over yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
All
You
right.
really couldn't see it?
I can't see shit.
Open your eyes.
I'm just looking at our background.
Wait a minute.
Never
What
seen
happened?
one.
You erased
Robert's gone.
Robert. You got rid of Robert.
Yeah, I'll be right back too, by the way.
I'll be right back too, by the way.
All right, let's run some ads.
Leisure Trading Company is on YouTube. Head over now to see videos from Mike's travels and experiences. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Over 10,000 subscribers and growing. Thank you to all. Leisure Trading Company is also your source on eBay with many collectibles and hundreds of great gift ideas. Who loves you and who do you love? Leisure Trading Company.
You bit off a little more nasty than you could chew. Now you gotta deal with all the nasty coming down your throat.
Your hand. Ads are done. What the fuck?
Oh, shit. Not quite midnight yet, but
Shoving meat in your mouth.
all right.
So Chuck left. Everybody left at one time, but there he is.
Good riddance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we do our sign off, usually this is where we say what we're doing next week, but we won't be on next week.
Why not?
We will be in Vegas for WrestleMania 42.
Viva Las Vegas.
And we leave very early in the morning, so we will not be able to do a show next week. But then the week after that, on April 21st, seeing as we are missing April 20th, the 420, so we would not technically be putting out a 420 episode, but we decided to give you a little fun and do Half-Baked.
Do the after bake.
The after
Yeah,
bake.
after bake. There we go.
Half bake after.
Yep.
You okay, Rob?
Rob's lovely forehead. It's time for your close up.
I'll be honest.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure what the fuck has even been happening for the past, I don't know what.
Wow. I know it's almost midnight, Rob. Are you about to turn into some fucking demon?
A pumpkin? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Usually Robert has to get off at some point. I'm glad
Do you
that you're
need
here.
insulin?
I'll tell you, I'm a little fucked.
Good night, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Love you.
I went to fucking-
Love y'all.
Do you need your insulin, Robert?
No, sir.
Okay.
All right.
I take no drugs like that. I have no insulin, nothing.
It's just water.
It's just water.
That's all I do.
Fantastic.
When
So what?
12 o'clock strikes, I take a substance. It might be my Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde pill.
12 o'clock comes in. It's beef jerky time.
Beef jerky time.
All right, so there you have it. Next week, the video clerks are on sabbatical. All right, so take a week off, mow the lawn, hang out with the kids. Nope. And then come back and join us on the 421, the after bake. We're going to do a little half baked. That's a full titty. And we're going to have a good ass time, man. Weed man. Come on in, Wing Bang. That's the birth of Chadmang.
Chadmang.
Right.
So there you have it, everybody. Thanks for stopping by for this week's episode with Uncle Peckerhead. Thank you, Robert, for joining us this week. Hopefully, we will have you back sooner than.
Stick around.
I don't remember the last time you were on.
Don't bite yourself.
It's been a minute.
I mean, if you bite your fingers off, that'll be crazy.
But everybody, we are your Video Store Clerks Podcast. We will see you in 2 Tuesdays.
Tuesday.
Peace. Peckerhead.
Babies!